welcome back. This is going to be the last game of the round of 32 Group A. This is going to be on Coliseum. Jaedong versus Bisu. Really excited for this game. I can't wait to see how this game turns out. This map, I really want to see how it's going to play. You can see Jaedong at the top left and Bisu at the top right. Really excited to see how this game turns out. If you've been following the whole time, you've seen how both these players have gone here. Bisu has gone, he lost to Jaedong already in the first match, but now he's going for a rematch. So this is actually going to be their third game that's been televised, and I'm really excited for this game. I really want to see how this turns out. Don't know if Bisu will be playing standard with his fast expand today, but on this map, if you've seen it in the map preview, I don't know if what he's going to do, because this map is really just one of those maps. You got to be innovative. You got to think up your own strategy, because the real strategies have not yet been developed yet. So far we see pretty standard stuff. Don't see anything cheesy yet. Looks like Bisu will be doing a fast expand, fast expanding right there, putting the forge there and everything, and then expanding at the top of the safe natural. And Jaedong scouting in the right position as well. Bisu is also scouting in the right direction. So both of each other will be able to see what each other is doing throughout the game, or throughout the time their scout is there. So I'm really excited to see this game, because the fact that this map is different from a normal map. It'll really affect the gameplay of this and how this game will turn out, because I'm not sure if Jaedong will attempt a 3-hatch expand, just because of the fact that expanding will be very risky at that third natural, and Probe trying to block the drone here. Jaedong not going to be able to place his hatchery down with his Probe harassing like this, so Bisu just going to delay stuff as much as he can. So just going to be a little bit annoying, but Jaedong does manage to get his hatchery down anyways. Looks like he was going to send a drone to build a hatchery at the third expansion. What I'm really worried about is that a single line of Sunkens can't really defend all of the expansions, so it'll be really hard to defend a third expansion if he expands there. Bisu doing a little bit of probe harass now, just trying to be a little bit annoying, and fairly standard so far. Nothing cheesy. So in this game, gateway first. You've seen Bisu's been doing this a lot. He did this in the last game against Jaedong because he knew it was safe, but can be kind of risky depending on what the Zerg does. But generally pretty safe. Allows you to get your tech even faster, and it also allows you to get a zealot out and do a little bit of pressure. So getting a gateway before forge is actually a pretty good thing to do if your opponent is doing a 12-hatch 11 pool. The probe tried to delay another hatchery, but was unsuccessful. It was a little bit too far behind, and I'm really excited for this game. If you, as I've said many times, 2 cannons being made. So actually, looks like that. Looks like that fast expand placement is actually quite safe. Looks like it's pretty link proof, except for the one space. And so far, I haven't seen too much aggression in this game now. PvZ has mainly become a huge macro matchup, so definitely one of these matchups where it's all very, very quiet until mid-game. Not very much early game aggression. So cybernetic score going up right now. As always, Bisu techs very quickly in comparison to other Protosses. One Zergling there, going to scout and see if anything happens, like if Bisu tries to push out with a few zealots to kill a couple of drones. As well, there's a couple of Zerglings at the choke of Jaedong's base. Pretty good move, because it'll make it so Bisu can't do any scouting. Any scouting will be denied by those Zerglings, which is very crucial for a Protoss. And cybernetic score has been scouted by the Overlord, and not too much going on right now. I'd like to see if what types of builds that Bisu likes to do nowadays. Looks like he's been deviating from the Sarah DT build. Hasn't been doing that too much lately. So right now, we're not too clear. Oh, Stargate going up. Because he can't get that probe in there, Stargate is a very nice move because even if he's not doing Sarah DT, it'll allow him to get a Corsair in to harass a little bit of Overlords, but more importantly to scout, because really, Protoss it's huge about adapting to the Zerg. The Zerg also needs to try to adapt to the Protoss, so it's like a back and forth game. You can see Jaedong's actually going lurkers this game, going for a Hydra Den. Or possibly he could be doing the strategy he did last time, where he just went Hydras with +1 carapace and the upgrades, and then he switched over to Mutas, which was a fairly nice build, and I enjoyed it quite a lot. What will be very useful about ranged units on this is that the fast expansion will be able to be assaulted from the cliff on top of it. So Hydralisk breaks will be much more effective just because they'll have the high ground advantage. And that could prove to be very useful for a player like Jaedong. First Corsair is out, another Corsair is being created, and a robotics facility. So I'm thinking this maybe Reversair. I think it's a high possibility of Reversair so far. The really bad thing about Zerg at this point in the game is they can't really get any scouting with these Corsairs everywhere. They can't get Zerglings inside the base just because of the cannons. And not only that, but their Overlords can't get in either. So basically they just have to rely on the units that they see coming out of the base. So we do see a robotic support building, and definitely going to see Reversair. Have not seen Bisu's Reversair micro. I don't know if it's good, but let's see. Generally, if a Zerg sees 4 or more Corsairs, they'll pretty much automatically assume Sarah DT or Reversair, both of which counters you can just do Mass Hydra, because Mass Hydra is fairly useful against Reavers, just because you can just totally overwhelm Reavers as well as fend off those Corsairs. So definitely a lot of counters. Lurkers would also be a counter to Sarah DT, but Lurkers is not a very good counter to Reavers. So Mass Hydras is pretty much a universal counter to any Mass Sarah build. The only problem is that they can get High Templars, but the good thing about going Mass Hydras against a Mass Sarah build is that you will be able to fend off the Corsairs, kill off lots of units, and you'll get a lot of mobility. But they'll be spending all their gas on Dark Templars and Reavers and Corsairs, so that's why going Mass Hydras is probably one of the best alternatives. So Scourge are coming in right now, going to try and take out the